Hey you guys, welcome back to WTF, welcome to film. I'm Patrick, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about this movie, upside down. Unfriended. This was my ticket into the movie. They never actually collected it. It was an interesting movie. I know a lot of people hype this up. It has an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes as of Wednesday, April 8th. So it's pretty hyped up, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're excited for this movie, I have bad news. It is not very good. It is the type of movie that should have gone straight to Netflix, and it would also be perfect to watch on a computer screen, considering literally the entire movie, literally, I'm not exaggerating, is on a Mac screen. That's all it is. A lot of the movie is reading Facebook messages and iMessages back and forth between different people. All of the movie is on Skype. So much product placement with Facebook and Skype, Spotify, Google Chrome. There is so much product placement. I mean, the entire movie probably, I can't even imagine. This movie must have been so low budget just because there was barely anything to film with real people. I mean, it was mostly just staring at a computer screen and occasionally seeing actors pop up. So I'm not sure why it has such a good rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if maybe people got paid to write those reviews. But let me tell you, this is not a satisfactory movie at all. This is the type of movie that once it's over, you're like, that's all. Like, that's it. It's a really short movie. It comes in at 82 minutes, including credits. So probably really 78 minutes without credits. It was not horrible, but it lacked a lot of story. You never really get to know these characters. There's a certain part of the movie, I'm not going to tell you what part, where you get to know some things about these characters, but you never really get to know them. I mean, you get to know the shallow stuff. You get to know certain things that they did in the past, but you never really feel like, wow, I know these people. You do feel like you can find yourself in these people. I mean, there were certainly people, I personally couldn't really connect with any of the characters, but they went after very cliche characters, which again I'm not a fan of, but because they did that, you could kind of see, oh, I know who that like, I have a friend that's like that, I know someone like that. So I mean, in that aspect, it's like, okay, they tried to find a relatable audience, but I was very, very underwhelmed with this film. I thought that it would maybe be a little bit more creative, maybe, they'd be off the computer for part of the movie, but it just felt like the type of movie that you don't want to see in a cinema. And it's weird for me to say that because I think all movies, no matter what, are good in the cinema. I mean, yeah, if I'm going to pay money to go see a movie, I prefer to see an action film in cinema, but I still think all films are better in a cinema no matter what. But this film it just didn't feel like it belonged on a big screen. It really didn't, and it's so weird for me to say that because I would love to watch TV shows on a big screen or something, but I think it was just because of the computer screen. You kind of felt, it's almost like you feel kind of trapped on this computer, and you're like, come on, I want to, you kind of want to get out. But the story, it was just so weak. Everything in the trailers, that's all that happens in the movie. I'm serious. There's no big shockers because you're like, oh, okay, I saw that in the trailer. And it's so predictable. Like, what you think is going to happen in this movie happens in the exact order you think it's going to happen. And I would have liked some shock value, something to be like, oh my god. And then, I'm not going to give away any spoilers because I'm just not. I don't believe in doing that. But I will say the ending will have you saying WTF, and not in the welcome to film blog way, in the WTF way, because you kind of feel like you got gypped. Like, I'm happy. If I had seen this and paid money to go see it, I would have been really mad. I would have been really, really mad. It's a short movie. Everything is shown in the trailers. And honestly, for a horror movie, I mean, they were not good at keeping tension. Probably because you know what's going to happen. But, I don't know. I will say that the audience reactions, there were some laughs. It certainly had its funny moments. It had a couple dark moments, not enough for a average horror moviegoer to go see. I honestly think that this film is gonna... it has a weird audience because it's marketing itself to horror fans, but I feel like it's also marketing itself a lot to females, and in high school, but it's rated R, so then it kind of goes after the college aspect, but all these kids in the movie, all their characters are in high school, and it just... I feel like it's I don't know. I do think it will make money, but I think that it's a strange film to market because the high school kids that aren't 17 can't go see it, and then the kids that are 17 and over can go see it, but the characters are still in high school. So I think that marketing wise, also since the movie gave away everything, marketing wise, it needs some help finding that audience. And I personally know a lot of people that don't like horror movies but like the social media aspect, but they don't like horror movies at all, so they're automatically turned off, so they're not going to go see it, you know. So it's a little rough. I will say this though, like I said before, it has its moments. It's not an entirely terrible movie. It bases itself off heavy stereotypes, very heavy stereotypes, but it's not completely horrible. In parts it was kind of cool. In the beginning, I really liked it. I thought the first 5 to 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, but the computer screen got a little old after a while. But anyways, I'm gonna finish up my review right here. If I rated this film, I would give it... I'm gonna say 2.5 out of 5. It didn't live up to my expectations. It wasn't absolutely horrible. It was pretty bad, though. It was pretty bad. So, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're still going to go see this movie when it comes out on April 17th. And leave your comments below. Alright, thanks guys. And next up, I'm going to be reviewing Furious 7.